I'm ready. What up? Let's get to it. Before I get started, excuse my allergies, man. They was cutting up today. So if there's some sniffles here and there, you know why. But let's go ahead and get straight to it. This is why you can't pay attention to the preseason, so-called experts, predictions, ESPN, NFL.com, the analysts, sports analysts saying the Vikings will only win 8 games. Come on, bro. It is no way in the world anybody, and I mean anybody, can sit and say the Vikings will only win 8 games. I don't care about tougher schedule, first place schedule, the moves that the Vikings have made, the caliber of players that they have acquired this offseason elevates them past 9 wins already. So don't get caught up or deceived by certain articles or beat writers saying erroneous information. Once again, there's no way no one can sit there and say and feel comfortable saying and feel confident saying, correct, that the Vikings will only win 8 games. But we know they disrespect. And you know where a lot of this disrespect, who this is going towards the most? JJ McCarthy, Kevin O'Connell. Oh, yeah. Hands down, man down. No cap, bro. This is totally directed to JJ McCarthy, period. They think because McCarthy is the quarterback, first of all, they questioned his health. Second of all, they questioned his abilities. And I guarantee that's why they only put the Vikings at 8 wins. But kill that noise. It doesn't matter. Stop the cap. You hear me? The Vikings can kill that noise. Only thing that matters is how they look at themselves, how they prepare, and are they ready for the season when the time comes, bro? Everything else is irrelevant, Irrelevant. We heard the same thing last year. Oh, the Vikings, they ain't winning more than 6 games. Some people had them at 4, max 8. What does that go to tell you, show you? You never know. The NFL is different every season. NFL is different every season. I feel confident in saying I guarantee the Vikings will make a playoff push. I guarantee they will win more than 8 games. No way. No way they won't, bro. And once again, I don't care about strength of schedule, which team they're playing next year, et cetera, all that. I could care less. Homie, hear me? I could care less, dog. Period, man. But the disrespect is there. Let them keep sleeping. The Vikings going to wake them up, period. Let's get into the article, man. No need to wait any longer. We ain't got time to wait. Let's get to it. Give me 1 second. This is crazy. This is crazy, though, man. The disrespect, the total disrespect, disbelief. How could you fix your lips to say this? It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even add up with the moves the Vikings made, how they're winning the offseason, players returning. 8 wins, that's it. 8 wins. They're disrespecting you, KLC. They're disrespecting you, McCarthy. They're disrespecting you, defense. Brian Flores, even Quasi. They're disrespecting your roster. This should be more fuel to the fire, baby. More fuel to the damn fire. I'm so tired of that disrespect. Tired of it. Me as a fan, as the true fan, the biggest. So if I'm pissed off, tired of it, how should the Vikings feel? I'm just asking. Let me know. Fire them comments up. How in the hell should the Vikings feel with this level of disrespect? Every season we see it again. The Vikings earn this disrespect, whether it's getting blown out in the playoff games, not making a playoff push, your interior line being weak, your team collapsing, not being prepared, all of the above. So some of the disrespect, okay, you can say the Vikings earned it. But 8 wins, that's it? That's not even a playoff team for real. 8 wins, are you kidding me? Come on now. Even Cowherd talking about last place in the North. Come on, man. Let's be real here. Let's be sincere. Let's get it. Vikings 2025 over and under win total revealed at major sports book. The Vikings famously destroyed their win total last season. What's it being said at this year? Last year, The Vikings famously crushed their preseason Vegas win total to an extent that few teams in NFL history can match. They came into the year projected to win 6.5 games and more than double that, going 14-3 behind an incredible season from Sam Darnold and an elite defense. Kevin O'Connell was named the AP Coach of the Year as a result. And right there, dog. Right there, correct? You never know. Every NFL season is different. No one expected the Vikings to come out of nowhere like it did, right? Heavy, bro. Nobody did. I mean, no cap, bro. Period. The Vikings' 2025 win total has now been revealed at espnbet. It's higher, but not by a ton, with the over/under sitting at 8.5 wins. Wow, bro. Crazy. That feels somewhat fair. Let's make the case for both the over and the under. How does that feel fair? How is that fair, homie? I'm sure all they're going to lean on is strength of schedule and J.J. McCarthy. I guarantee you it's come down to them thinking J.J. McCarthy can't get the job done, period. Obviously. Now, if Sam Darnold remained the quarterback, would they still put the Vikings in only 8 wins? I find that hard to believe, dog. Even then, they probably would have still disrespected the team, the squad. That's what they do. The question is, when will the Vikings take respect, demand respect, leave no questions and no doubt, huh? You hear me? That's the big question. The case for over 8.5 wins. O'Connell has soared over this number in 2 of his 3 seasons as Minnesota's head coach. And in 2023, the Vikings were 6-4 and then fell apart with Josh Dobbs, Nick Mullins, and Jaron Hall starting games at quarterback. Picking the head coach who is 34-17 in regular season games to find a path to at least 9-8, at least a 9-8 record feels like a solid bet. Though this should not be considered betting advice. Obviously, the risk here is that J.J. McCarthy is now expected to be the starting QB, and that's the bottom line. That's what they're basing it on. No one believes in J.J. McCarthy. So at the end of the day, J.J. McCarthy should take this as the ultimate disrespect. And he hasn't played a real game in the NFL yet. But if O'Connell can get the kind of production he's gotten out of Kirk Cousins and Darnold and Dobbs and Mullins at times, why should we expect anything less from the guy he felt confident in selecting with the 10th overall pick last year? By all accounts, McCarthy was thoroughly impressing the Vikings staff before his injury last August. That's facts. The man was having a phenomenal preseason until that freak injury. Are we forgetting that? You can't forget that there. The man was on his way to potentially being a starting quarterback. How can you ignore that? And just look at the pieces around him. The offensive line has 2 huge upgrades on the interior, Will Fries and Ryan Kelly, and is now 80% filled with Pro Bowl caliber players. Last year's elite weapons, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Aaron Jones, TJ Hawkinson, have now been supplemented with Jordan Mason and Rondale Moore. Defensively, Brian Flores and the Vikings were second in the NFL last season in DVOA and opponent EPA per play, and they got better on paper this offseason. The signings of Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave addressed the biggest need on their roster, facts, no cap, which was interior pass rush production. The front 7 is going to be lethal, even if Dallas Turner doesn't make a big leap in year 2, which I think he will. And in the secondary, Isaiah Rodgers and Theo Jackson should be solid replacements for Stephon Gilmore and Cameron Bynum. This is a stacked roster led by 2 great coaches in O'Connell and Flores. If McCarthy is even a middle of the pack quarterback right away, 9 wins is very attainable. Yeah, more than that, dog. Believe that. The case for under 8.5 wins. This one starts with the McCarthy. Of course, like I told you, they don't believe in McCarthy. That's the bottom line. He was the 5th QB picked in last year's draft, and because of his injury, he won't have thrown a pass in a competitive game in almost 2 years by the time week 1 rolls around. His passing volume at Michigan was also much lower than the other quarterbacks in his draft class. Well, that was the Michigan offense. That's how they got down. Can you blame McCarthy or what? We're going to see, though. At the end of the day, we will finally see if McCarthy is that guy. But McCarthy, understand, they're disrespecting you personally. Oh, no. They're not going to come out and say it, but they are aiming this disrespect blatantly towards you, McCarthy. Towards you, baby. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? So there's a good deal of uncertainty there. The Vikings schedule is also tougher this year. So what? Let's get it. They said the same thing last year, huh? They've got the Eagles, Ravens, Commanders, and Bengals at home. And their road slate includes the Steelers, Cowboys, Chargers, and Seahawks. That's not to mention their 6 games against the Lions, the Packers, and the potentially much improved Bears. Bear talk again, bear talk again. We hear it every year. The Bears. All right, bet. Minnesota was also quietly healthy last season. McCarthy and Mekhi Blackman were out for the entire year, and a couple players, Hockenson, Christian Darrisaw, Ivan Pace Jr., missed chunks of time. But almost all of the Vikings' key contributors were out there basically every week. Their free agent haul this offseason includes 4 players: Fries, Kelly, Allen Hargrave, who missed a combined 42 of 68 games last season. Now, I do understand that. They got to stay healthy. You got to stay available. You got to be on the field or it means nothing, period. We know that, though. There's some risk on that front. With the tough schedule and an unknown 22-year-old stepping in at quarterback, any significant injuries could be very damaging to Vikings' outlook. And even if they stay healthy, they'll be counting on McCarthy to deliver if they're going to have a third winning season under O'Connell. The Vikings are plus 450 to win the NFC North at espnbet, which is last in the division. The Lions are plus 135 and have a win total of 10.5. The Packers are at plus 260 and 9.5. The Bears are plus 425 and 8.5. Disrespect, man. Minnesota is plus 3,500 to win the Super Bowl, which is tied with Chicago for the 14th best odds. And that's what it is, dog. But like we know, I mean, as Vikings fans, you almost expect it, right? Like you almost expect the disrespect. It comes with the territory as far as being a Vikings fan, but this is crazy. But like I said, their main catalyst was JJ McCarthy being a quarterback. No one at the end of the day believes in him, huh? And they're waiting for him to fail. I don't care who brings him on the show, who talks good about him, talks nice about him, bigs him up, hypes him up as soon as he messes up, if he does. Not saying he will, period. I hope he balls out. I hope he plays phenomenal. But if he does mess up, you already know. So-called experts who bigged him up, the analysts, they all going to be on his head top, want to see his head drop. Yeah, dog. But that's 8 wins. Come on, bro. 8 wins? No way you can feel comfortable saying the Vikings will only win 8 games. Talking about tougher schedule. I mean, the Seahawks, won't they be a worse team? The Steelers, who are they? Like everything so much is so up in the air. But to even put the Vikings dead last in the NFC North, come on, man, that's totally disrespect. Once again, it's up to the Vikings to kill that noise. We're going to see what happens, dog. Hey, fire them comments up. Let me know how you feel about the video. You agree or disagree? Is it disrespect? They talking about only 8 wins. Let me know, dog. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell. Make sure you hit that bell. Takes less than 1 second, dog. Support the grind. Support the channel. Big SKOL here. SKOL Vikes win, lose, or draw forever. Yeah.